Happy International Friendship Day. No, I'm not making that up. July 30th, congratulations. Here we are, and I think it's gotten a little bit of a boom because is it a real holiday? Well, it's kind of promoted by like the greeting card industry, but I think it's gotten a boom, particularly with the advancement of the internet and the fact that a lot of us are staying home more, that it's a good day to have an excuse to reach out to those friends that maybe you haven't talked to in a while.
You know, there's like there's a holiday for every day, right? Who makes these up? Who picks them? Like there's a donut day, a bacon day. And I didn't know about this until you told me about it. And I'm like, there's a friendship day? I never knew about that. You know, I'm nearly 43 years old and this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Dude, I mean, you think about these donut companies. They're like, yeah, I'm all for donut day. Come in, buy 5, get 1 free. Or, you know, like there's industry
there's
behind
a gimmick,
promoting.
yeah.
Right. Who's benefiting from Friendship Day besides the card companies, right? Like
Flower companies? Did you send your friend flowers?
I sent you no flowers. I instead sat you down under the hot lights of the recording studio and said, let's talk about books.
All right. Well, read me that friendship poem, friend.
A Poem of Friendship by Nikki Giovanni. We are not lovers because of the love we make, but the love we have. We are not friends because of the laughs we spend, but the tears we save. I don't want to be near you for the thoughts we share, but the words we never have to speak. I will never miss you because of what we do, but what we are together.
Aw, that's nice.
That first line throw you off at all, the we're not lovers thing?
It actually did. That was the first thing that my brain went to was, all right, why is the poem, and I have a question for you to start right off with that.
Okay.
Why does the poem start with the lover's angle of friendship and then take a hard turn to what we would consider, I guess, friendship, like the traditional non-sexual friendship? Why does it do that? Like
platonic love or something like that? Would you call it that?
Yeah, platonic love. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro love.
Well, here's an interesting thing. I really have been thinking about this. I've got no hard notes for this. This is all just talking off the cuff, right? Like International Friendship Day, let's relate to each other here. Why is friendship, like when I think of friendship, it's like almost like this term that's not even defined. You know what I mean? Like when we think of love, like particularly husband, wife, we're both married men, right? And when we think about our love for our wives, it's defined, it's legal, right? We have health benefits. We have the ability to make decisions on terms of like life and death in situations where we would become vegetables. There's literally like, there's no legal backing. There's no benefits for friendship. It's like this really undefined thing, which I think is interesting because it's almost like, is friendship defined against what it's not?
Well, that kind of takes us into the second part of the poem, right? Where it says, we are not friends because of this. And for me, it got me thinking of, well, friendship is very complex, obviously, but the poem kind of alludes to the idea that a lot of people maybe just base their friendship on their commonalities. Like you and I became friends because of our love of Star Wars and a Star Wars game and our love of reading, but our friendship has evolved that we're not friends because of just those things. There's more to it than just that.
You know, this is, okay, I'm going to date myself here. I'm sorry, I'm going to bring up Facebook. I know it's not cool anymore, but hey, Facebook. When you define your marriage on Facebook, I think it's complicated in some situations like that, which is fine. But there's also the in relationship with XYZ or married to person X. And then there's friendships, friends, right? These are people that you may have not talked to since high school. Like maybe they just wanted to see what you're doing, kind of internet stalk you. These could be someone like you and me who have talked to each other almost every single day for the last, 6 years, 7? I don't even know how long it's been now.
About 7 years now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it could be people like that. It could be siblings, right? Like siblings are classified as friends, even on Facebook. It's this really broad category. And when we talk about like what is true friendship, right? Is that something that is lesser than like true love, right? Like is my relationship with my wife above all other things of friendship? And I think when we talk about this, that's a very societal driven thing, right? So maybe some people in Aboriginal countries or, something like that, like they don't view it the same way, right? But here in America, at least, love is, there's no question. Like married love is clearly superior to friendship love. And I think I guess I've never really challenged that before until recently, I guess, is why is one version superior to the other, I guess, is a genuine question I have.
I'm going to kind of blow your mind here. So first of all, I think that it's crazy that we rank this or have like a hierarchy of friendship. And then when you throw love into the mix, that's something different entirely. I don't know if you have to have love to have a friendship. And I don't know if you have to have a friendship to have love. But for me, when I think about, like you say that is yours with your wife the highest because you're married and you love her. But I look at it of my wife is my best friend. Then I have my best friend that's not my wife, which is you. So like when I say, oh, my best friend, most people know that I'm talking about you. But like when I talk to my wife, I always tell her like, well, you're my best friend. But does that matter?
Well, I don't get any of your health insurance benefits, so yeah.
Well, that's from a governmental standpoint, not from a societal norm. And I think that really it's individualistic, right? I think it depends on situations. Because for a long time, to get a little bit personal, for a long time, my sister and I weren't friends. We really didn't like each other at all until much later in life. We didn't get along as children, and we had very different paths in life. And it wasn't probably till maybe 15 years or so ago, we went through some heartaches together. We grew together. We realized that we were friends. And then we became closer, and then realized that we loved each other. So it wasn't love and then friendship. It was friendship and then love. And that, again, I think that was because it was a unique situation of my sister and I.
I was reading, so it's kind of a little bit of a subject change here. I'm reading this book that got recommended to me. I don't know if I've ever told you. I have this friend who was one of my best men in my weddings. I had 7 groomsmen, and he's asexual. Okay, so he's asexual, so he's not attracted to women. I think he's aromantic as well. Whatever titles you want to put on it. But I started reading this book called Ace, which is meant to kind of explore and challenge stereotypes about asexual individuals. And I wanted to learn more, especially since he's been someone I've known for 40 years, and I've never really read or learned much about asexuality. And here's what's interesting is it gave me this term that I was just like, whoa, say that again, slow down. But
blow my mind. Give it to me.
Well, it talked about, so what it was doing is it was trying to challenge how I view friendship. And what is attachment? Because asexual people can be married, they can have relationships, and they can also be not into having sex. They could be not into even being romantic with that person. And it said, it basically got you to the point where you're like, okay, I accept that this is fine. I accept people look at love and maybe view life and needs differently. And then it challenged me to say, what's the difference between that and a queer platonic relationship? And I was like, wait, queer platonic. Wait, what? Slow down. What's that mean? And that was just a really interesting way of calling a good friend of the same sex, queer platonic.
My favorite label is from Jay and Silent Bob, hetero life mate. We're like, they're just friends forever, right? I also think about friendship is way more. And again, I kind of argue against the thing that, I love my wife more than anybody in the world. But I think that somebody could, not me maybe personally, but I think that people can eventually have friendships that are of equal value, I guess you could say. Think about this. My grandma and her, quote, boyfriend, who I basically consider my grandfather because I've known him for 30 years, but he's not my biological grandfather. They I don't know how intimate they were, but they're 94, 95 now. They're not intimate anymore. but they're just together for their friendship, for that camaraderie, to support each other and to talk with each other and just hang out with each other. And I guess that brings me to like the last line of the poem is that, I will never miss you. Are there certain aspects of a relationship that you don't miss because other things become more important as a relationship evolves? I don't play the Star Wars game anymore, but I don't miss that because I still get to have my relationship with you through this YouTube.
I want to misquote Ludacris here and say I got bros in different area codes. You know what I mean?
I'm in a closer area code now, though.
You are. You've moved closer. So I guess I'll say this to my brother from another mother. Happy International Friendship Day. My life is so much better with you being in it, and I hope everyone else there spends some time to reach out to their friend and tell them what they mean to them. You never know if you're going to ever get that chance again, so take every moment to mean something. And happy International Friendship Day from your internet friend, Una. Peace out.
Peace.